name is Knitza, or Radioactive Rain, and I'm going to be showing you guys our demo on how to solder. We're going to be making soldering resistor men.
Attention museum visitors, there is a soldering workshop about to happen in the Spark Shop in our makerspace right over here. They'll be beginning in about 5 minutes, so head on over to the Spark Shop to learn how to solder.
This is a 2-intern demo. And step 1 is assembling the computer parts, okay? And you're going to assemble it together so you know exactly how it's going to look, okay? The parts that you're going to need to make your basic resistor man are about 8 resistors, one like capacitor or something with both leads for his body, you see right there, something for his head. It can be like a little capacitor here, or an LED works really well. LEDs are fun as a head. You can even get your LED to light up if you want. And then a circuit board or something for him to stand on. So all the material can be found in this bin here, and the circuit boards are underneath. So as you notice, this looks a little bit funky right now, and that's where the tools come in, okay? So that they're not as long as they need to be. And you can add as many joints as you want. So we obviously have more joints in our bodies than just this little resistor man. So you can add more or less joints depending on what you feel like. Okay? So the next step you're going to do is you're going to want to bend wherever you're going to place the solder. You're going to make little loops, okay? So to make a loop, hook on the side. Your needle nose pliers, bend one direction, and then wrap it around, okay? Resistor man, and I put loops in all the edges and all the ends here, and it looks a little bit more like a dude. So now, what you're gonna have the kids do is tell them, great, now you're done. Take your resistor man over to blah 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 at the soldering station, and he'll help you solder it together. And then the kid's gonna walk over here. You will stay over here and help with other kids. Okay? Step 2. And they are going to be helping with soldering. And so we have a soldering iron plugged in here. Soldering irons are really, really, really hot.
Do not leave this soldering iron unsupervised.
You're going to apply just a tiny amount of solder to the edge. This is solder, and it is a alloy, usually tin and zinc, I believe, that basically fuses metal together, okay? One really important thing to understand is that this is not glue, okay? So it doesn't mean like the more you put it on, the better it'll solder. You only need a little tiny bit in order to put the pieces together, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and warm up the metal. If it's easier for you to just have them solder along like this and you can hold the pieces together and they can hold the soldering iron, let the kids hold the soldering irons. So that they feel like they're a part of it and they're not just watching you do it. The point of this is to have them learn how to solder, not necessarily just to take home a cool little man. So if you have a line of kids coming along and one of them looks older or has a dad around or a parent around who has soldered before, we keep another soldering station right out next to you, and you can have another one if a parent feels comfortable helping, or if the intern number 2 wants to help. And you can either keep him like here, or you can solder him down to the circuit board. Alright, and there we have our little soldering resistor man. And like I said, you can get really creative with it. From here, you have to be really gentle, but you can bend his arms however you want, put him in different positions. If interns are not finished with their project, but you need to go or you don't have time, have them write their name in the corner of a plate and set it up high in the cabinet in the Spark Shop for next time you do your soldering station.
After you've thanked everyone for coming and you've cleaned everything up and put everything back in the Spark Shop how you found it, don't forget to write down your performance points for level 2 interns doing a workshop. Give yourself a pat on the back, tell yourself how awesome you are, and go home feeling great.